Hello and welcome to Before We Break Up Again, the hit podcast with me, Alfie Brown, and her, Miss Jessie Cave. This week we speak about OnlyFans, Jessie's OnlyFans career. She gives us an update on how it's all going. We speak about Liverpool, the champions of England, and my day yesterday spent with my son, welcoming the coach to the ground and then watching it amongst all the people and the excitement therein. And we also spoke about acting and the actor's method, the actor's way, pretentious actors, There Will Be Blood, No Country for Old Men. Thank you for listening. This is Before We Break Up Again. Liverpool are the champions of England, and Yay. I am joined by OnlyFans star Jessie Cave to celebrate. Jessie, why don't you talk us through your outfit today?
Well, we're about to do a big shoot after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're my photographer, my DOP.
Mm-hmm. And a sort of artistic contributor.
Sometimes you're going to step it up a gear, though. Apparently, you're going to have to start an OnlyFans.
Well, very happy to. What sort of am I going to have to do dick ratings?
No, Alfie.
If anybody wants their
Alfie
tits rated, very happy to rate your tits.
I wonder if that's a thing.
I'd love to find out because I'd be very happy to rate anybody's tits. If you want to send me any tits at Alfie Brown Comedian.
Okay, stop.
That's fine.
Stop.
Happy to rate dicks as well, just to pass the time. Happy to rate hairdos.
No, that's not what it is.
Okay.
Let's be frank.
No.
I think that's what I imagined it would be.
Yeah.
It's not. Anyway, I'm trying to delve into the world of cosplay, hence my outfit today.
Mm-hmm. And what are you cosplaying as?
I have absolutely no idea. Apparently it's Wicked.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, what is Wicked about? Is it there's a kingdom and she's all green and everybody goes, what the fuck are you doing being green? And she goes, I don't know. It's a nightmare.
No, her mum and dad, her mum has an affair with like a green man.
Shrek.
No.
Right.
I don't actually know if he's green, but the film starts with, or the musical starts with the mum having a lovely, loyal husband who leaves for work. And then when he leaves for work, she kind of undoes her hair and everything. And then a man like dances in with a green little potion and they drink the potion and then they fuck. And then later on, she gives birth to a green baby and then the husband.
And you watch this with our daughter?
Yeah.
Green fucking.
No.
Potions
you don't see
and green fucking.
You don't see the fucking, obviously. And yeah, so she's green because of an affair.
And that's Cynthia Erivo.
Yeah, I guess, that's she's symbolic of adultery and wrong.
Right. So that's sort of corrupted her aesthetic in some degree. The sordid nature of her conception has manifested itself in her appearance.
Much better said than me.
I've not seen it. I've got no
symbolism of wrong.
I've got no interest, I suppose, in seeing in Wicked. Really,
it's having a massive upsurge.
Sure,
because all over London tubes now there's these huge billboards with neon green lighting all around to try and make more people go to the musical. And I've just been invited again to another celebration of Wicked, even though she's just gone. Margot's just gone. We're using their names. We're at episode 11. You can
12.
Wikipedia. You can
they're on Wikipedia. Yeah, we've said that. So just go ahead, Margot.
Okay, so Margot, our daughter, who's 8. She loves Wicked. So I took her for her 7th birthday, and then she went for a celebration musical thing again with BB, and then just been invited again. So they're really pushing the musical, and I think it's the original Elphaba.
Right. Elphaba's a character's name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, good name, actually. I like that name.
Thank you very much. So they're trying to get people to go to see the live musical because the film has curtailed audiences' interest in going to see a live performance, we suspect.
No, I think it's increased both. I really don't think it's that good a musical, though, which is interesting. There's 2 good songs. Whenever Becca goes past the billboards, he's like, popular.
Oh, that's from that.
Yeah.
I want to be popular.
It's a good song. Ariana Grande and Cynthia were brilliant.
Okay.
They were brilliant.
I like Jonathan Bailey.
He's absolutely brilliant. You love him because of Company, don't you?
I'd love him because he was in Company.
So this is interesting. We went to see the Minecraft movie.
Yep.
That we talked about, right, on the last podcast.
For sure.
Yeah. Anyway, in the trailers before that, they did this kind of a new thing when you go and see a film where it's not quite a trailer. It's almost like a mini documentary behind the scenes thing.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Bailey was in it, which is why I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
And Scarlett Johansson and Chris Pratt. Pratt?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Chris Pratt.
Guardian of Galaxy guy.
Pretty sure it's Chris
Pratt.
Pratt.
The big guy, yeah. The big fella. Hot. They were having a documentary thing about the new Jurassic World remake, but Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey were talking so sincerely about this movie that I thought it was a joke. It's like, and it's just so amazing because you really, really think the dinosaurs are running at you. It's crazy. And I was like, why is Jonathan Bailey doing that? Why is Scarlett Johansson doing that? Because
actors are the most sincere. I find it kind of bamboozling. Actually, the most sort of humble and removed actor I've heard talk about acting is Daniel Day-Lewis, who is not the guy who you would expect to be, I don't know, it's just acting in it. Mm. Like he says, oh, I do this and other people do that. And he's got one of those actors' voices that has been mangled by all the characters he played. Mm. It's similar to the guy in Bing. What's his name?
Mark
Rylance. Yeah. He's got one of those mishmash of everywhere accents. Tom Hardy a little bit as well. He sounds like he's from fucking everywhere because he spent his whole life doing all these different voices. And Daniel Day-Lewis is on Parkinson, R.I.P. And he's just going, there's a story of Laurence Olivier talking to Dustin Hoffman and Dustin Hoffman struggling and going, I don't know how to access the character. It's a nightmare for me. And Laurence Olivier says to him, well, you should try acting, old boy. Basically saying that the two processes that these actors possess, Dustin Hoffman's being he has to inhabit the character. Laurence Olivier you just start acting. Yeah. Sad. I'm sad. Yeah. That's how easy acting is.
Yeah, well, didn't Daniel Day-Lewis go, he just went to Italy for 4 years and trained as a cobbler of the shoe fixers.
Yeah.
So that he could do a role. But he just went off and did it, learned it. So when he's actually acting, it is second nature. He's just doing it.
I completely get it. I don't understand why. Yeah. And you said something very funny to me the other day when I started watching, you were going to bed early and I was staying up for a bit. So I decided to put on There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I don't know, but it was something along the lines of, why do men have to watch There Will Be Blood at any given opportunity?
Why are men always watching There Will Be Blood? And it's true. And there's something incredibly attractive about it. I think because men like programs like Peaky Blinders and Mad Men because it's costume porn. And we can go, oh, I'd love to dress up like Don Draper and fuck everybody and drink all the time and never, struggle with. I mean, he has a lot of struggles, but he never has to struggle.
Not his waistline.
He doesn't put on any weight, which you'd think after, like just the Negronis, you'd think he looked a little bit more tired some of the time and maybe even struggled with his erections, but never.
Well, maybe that's the side of the show that we don't see. Well, maybe Don had an issue.
That would have been a good
episode.
Yeah. And John Slattery as well. Like,
is he the white-haired guy?
Yeah, you love him.
I love him.
Yeah. It's erections a go-go in that place. It's just whiskey followed by erections. It's an absolute fucking bullshit. And Peaky Blinders, we like to see, aren't we all dressed up nice in our high fashion waistcoats, Arthur?
Yeah, and people like to imagine that they can fight like that and just kind of get a razor out their hat.
Yeah.
Interestingly, me and Margot, when you were celebrating Liverpool being the champions yesterday.
Champions of England.
The world? Oh.
England, yeah.
Okay, England. They just won that. What? In 2016, I printed out that news thing for you. What did they last win with the red?
2019, they won the Champions League.
Oh, COVID. I got you that during COVID.
In 2020, they won the Premier League, but nobody was able to celebrate it. We weren't able to be together and in the streets and cheer because it was COVID time. Do you remember COVID time?
That was very nice of me to print to get that into a frame for you, that newspaper.
It's amazing. I loved it. It's such a good girlfriend moment. You are...
That was me on top form.
Yeah, you are for the most part an excellent girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
That's nice. I think I am, yeah.
I think you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're incredibly, you're supportive and kind almost to a fault, I think.
What about me? What about you? Do you think you're a good boyfriend?
I think I'm incredibly loving and caring. And I love you deep. I'm fun and funny. I'm just not great practically.
Yes, exactly. You got it down to a T. But whenever we've been broken up, that is the biggest loss, is the most noticeable primal loss, I feel, is the affection and the joking. But it's almost, if we could break up and I never had to see you again.
That's nice.
I think I wouldn't be okay. I would be devastated, but I could continue it. But the problem is I have to keep seeing you.
Yeah.
And you always make me laugh. So even if we did break up today and I had to see you tomorrow for something, you would make me laugh.
Yeah.
And that was why it was so difficult to stay broken up, because I just can't not smile when I see you. It's so annoying. It is that's that doodle I did that was one of my bestsellers when I did doodles, which was
it was a good moment.
What was it? Something about your making me laugh being a superpower.
Yeah, I remember it. I mean, obviously I don't remember it verbatim, otherwise I'd have said what it is. But yeah, it's very funny to have this quite heartfelt conversation while you're dressed in your wicked outfit.
But yeah, you're funny. You are a very good boyfriend, but yeah, you can't quite function as an adult. And because traditionally, people get married for their roles, so like pretend we're married, say. Yeah. So like, you want them, I guess you want your partner to protect you and be, this is why it's funny watching Maths, because you hear them talking so traditionally, don't they, about their gender roles. Like, I want you to protect me and I want you to care for me and look after me. And, and I guess you do that, but you do that in your funny way.
Yeah. I think a lot of the criticisms that people would have of me are fairly accurate in that respect. But I also just don't feel, everything just feels surreal to me. Like it's about getting a grip, I suppose, but then everybody's pathologizing themselves. So maybe it's something I could go and see a doctor about.
Yeah, but you are so down on yourself as well, which is just so damaging, I think. Yeah. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You are so brilliant and talented and loving and funny, and you're just amazing, and you just can sense that you're just in this rut right now.
Well,
you
yes.
need to get out of it, Alfie.
I need to get out of it. I can't have too many of these conversations because I get texts off my mates who listen going, you're all right.
Oh, that's nice.
Rob Thomas, friend of the show, an excellent comedian whose podcast I was on. And I told them the story about the 48 grand that I lost, and all of the clip's gone not viral, but it's done pretty well. And everybody on there is going, fucking don't believe, I don't know where they're from, but why not? I don't believe that. That's a bunch of nonsense. Or, you don't believe that? That's a bunch of nonsense. I'm doing it from all over the country.
Right.
So I did West Country, and before that I did Yorkshire.
Now I do Welsh.
I don't know. No, that guy's lying about his bets. I can't believe that he'd lie about his bets like that. Anywhere else?
Newcastle.
Now, hard to do after Welsh because it's sort of similar. But there we are. Gone.
But
I don't believe a word you're saying about those bets now.
Okay, now Scotland.
I can't believe what you're saying about those bets, man. Those bets, no way No way, you ball bag. You've got £200 off of a £10 bet, yeah.
If the audience...
You wee Raj bastard, eh?
If our listeners and audience could know the truth of our morning as well, which is that we basically just broke up in the bathroom and cut to 10 minutes later me saying, Scottish, Welsh. What?
Yeah, anywhere else? Botswana?
No, it's okay. That's it now.
Okay.
That's done with the accents. And we didn't break up. We're okay.
We're not okay. We didn't break up.
We are okay.
Are we okay? Anyway, I want to have a pizza tonight.
No. What are the conditions of us not breaking up?
I don't want to have 2 pizzas a week. I don't want to have 2 pizzas a week.
I said, I'm fine with having 1 pizza a week, but not 2 pizzas a week.
Yeah, which is reasonable. I don't think 2 pizzas a week is a breakup deal, and it's too much money. And maybe when we're earning a lot more money, we can have many more pizzas.
Yeah,
but
that's what I mean. It costs like 40 quid.
I know, but it's so nice. We should have one tonight just to celebrate.
No, absolutely not.
What? So I'll make a curry again, will I?
No, just like, why don't we just go through a phase of like not eating? Maybe if we take out food from the relationship, it will be a lot happier.
Food is such a fucking drag.
It is such a drag
to have to eat. Like, if you could take a pill that meant that you only ate like once a week, would you do it?
No, I'm not like that. But the thing is, when we've been broken up, that is there's so many bad things to being broken up when you still love the person. Yeah. Because we've never been broken up and I've actually not wanted to be with you. Yeah. But the 2 times that we have been broken up, the biggest saving grace of it in a way has been, oh great, I don't have to worry about what he's having for dinner. Not that I'm like, oh, what are we having for dinner? But the fact that we have to eat together. We don't have to.
But we just do.
But we do because it's I guess it's nice. But I'm so boring. I could just eat the same thing every day. I can just have a variety of what I eat basically every day. I don't give a shit really. It's so, I just.
Is that called orthorexia?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Where you can just have. I think I'd like to do that for a little while.
It's so
just
great.
Eat the same thing for breakfast and then the same thing for dinner.
I do that every day. It's great.
Should we do that?
That's what I do.
Okay, well, shall I do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can cook for you.
You may not, because you cannot cook. Anyway, my point was that Daniel Day-Lewis was speaking very like, oh yeah, but maybe that, Laurence Olivier had a different process. It's not a problem. Anybody just do what they got to do. I don't stop asking me like, why do you do all this mad shit? Like, I just do it. Other people don't do it. And they do, if they do a good job as an actor, then that's great. But I'm not fucking asked about what they do. And you shouldn't be asked about what I do. Let's all just drop the whole mad conversation about, what's your process? He taking it too far? What's the process? Just fucking act.
And you can keep watching There Will Be Blood if we break up. You can watch that every night if you want.
I might watch it again tonight. In fact, I think I'll watch No Country for Old Men tonight.
Of course you will. Or the new show out there, which has got the most unnuanced title ever.
Mobland.
Mobland, which apparently is very good.
Oi.
Apparently very good, Alfie.
Okay.
Piers Brosnan.
I love Piers Brosnan. That's your third.
Sorry.
Third of the show.
Yeah, sorry.
But then I suppose I did kick things off by offering to rape people's tits. So should we call it even?
That sounded like you just said rape. That's bad.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean that. I meant rape.
People's tits. Yes. I don't know what, but they're all old men, which must make you feel better.
Chris Pratt, not really an older man. He's in the same sort of like ballpark as me. Yeah. And he, let's be right, takes better care of himself.
Does he? I thought he was kind of like a big lad.
He was a big lad in Parks and Recreation. Right. And then he got the role of Star Bastard in Guardians of the Galaxy. And then he did one of those like Marvel transformations where they take loads of steroids, but they don't take steroids, Steroids
are so bad for you.
It is right.
They are really bad for you.
They are very bad for you.
Me and Margot watched a film last night that actually we shouldn't have watched. It's kind of inappropriate, but we skipped through any of the sex bits.
Okay.
The Amy.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at the idea of it. I watched it with Margot. It was very inappropriate. Shouldn't have watched it with her, but we skipped through all the sex bits. It was called Anal Gangbang 4, and we mostly just skipped.
Anyway, it is really, to be fair, it's very funny. Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer. But interestingly, I thought she had a fat suit on because her face was so puffy. And then I looked it up and sure enough, she doesn't have a fat suit, but she had to take steroids for her scars or something.
Okay.
And you can get, if you take too many, you can get a thing called Cushing's syndrome. Yeah, so she has Cushing's syndrome.
Really?
Yeah.
Heavens.
I know.
Cushing's syndrome is an imbalance in cortisol, I believe, where you get a very get fat face, but the rest of your body remains the same. Yeah.
So it was really interesting to watch because you would have thought that she wouldn't have done the film. And so I'm really glad that she did because it's like, great, just own it. Just go for it.
Good for Amy Schumer.
Good for her.
She wasn't very nice to me when I met her, but good for Amy Schumer.
Yeah. She's funny.
She is funny, but she was unpleasant. She was unpleasant.
The funniest people are usually unpleasant.
She opened for me at a show once.
I bet she didn't like that.
Well, she didn't open for me. She was on before me, but sometimes in America, they just say, "Are you open for?" And she asked the crowd who I was and if I was any good and if I was a good guy to try and work out whether or not she should overrun.
Oh, and she did overrun.
She did overrun a bit, but not by loads.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I saw a clip the other day of Jerry Seinfeld. Is he meant to be nice?
He is meant to be nice, but there's also a lot of weird stuff about it. I think his wife was exceptionally young.
Oh, right.
When he met her. So there's a little bit of like, what's going on there, Jerry?
Right, okay.
Kind of stuff.
There's this really funny clip of him on the red carpet being interviewed by somebody and then Kesha in her prime runs up and is like, "Oh my God, Jerry, can I give you a hug?" And Jerry's like, "No, you may not." "Oh, please, can I just give you a hug, please?" And he's just refuses to give her a hug. And then she has to just go away.
Jesus.
And then the interviewer's like, "Do you know who that was?" And he's like, "No, it was Kesha." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Well,
God, I bet she woke up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy.
Wonder where Kesha is now."
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think
we're going to talk.
She had quite a bad time, and
I
think it was a whole thing.
What do you mean a bad time? What?
I just think she had. I actually don't know, so I don't really want to.
Go on, have a little gander.
A guess?
Yeah.
Or look up?
No, don't look up.
Okay.
Because you're not allowed on your phone anymore. That's one of the other conditions of staying together.
Okay.
No phone time.
Is it just conditions that you're giving me, not that I'm giving you?
Yeah, okay, give me some conditions.
Give you some conditions? 3 blowjobs a week. Don't know.
Go on. I genuinely want you to be on your phone less.
Yeah, of course. I want me to be on my phone less. What a ridiculous thing to say. Like, you go up to an alcoholic and go, "I want you to drink." Like, yeah, of course. Every addict wants less of it. It's completely all consuming. And the sad thing is, it's like, "Oh, get off your phone." Well, it's not just a phone, is it? It's like, it's a newspaper. It's my letterbox. it's a fucking, like, it's now somebody who knows everything. It's now an endless resource of an answer to every question in the world off your phone. It's not my phone, is it? It's this magisterial portal into a world of endless knowledge. It's all consuming, and the light is so much brighter than any light I get from you or the kid or anything in the world. There is nothing more luminous than the glow of this toxic piece of shit that is devastating my attention span and my facility to do work or move forward in any way, shape or form. But I want to be on it right now and look at all the stuff that's happening to Liverpool today.
That's my favourite thing whenever I say, "Alfie, can you get off your phone?" It's not just a phone.
It isn't. And it is pathetic, and I hate it. And I will, there needs to be something that I can do to just extricate myself from the permanent throb of this nightmarish device.
But I do feel dumber at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. And I do worry about the ChatGPT thing because, like, my mum's got really into ChatGPT.
Oh,
and
she's
she's so excited about it. And it's like, no, I can just ask ChatGPT. I can do that. And I kind of don't want to squash that for her. I like the fact that she's kind of enthusiastic about it, and she is learning really good stuff, and it's really helping with like Donnie's 11+ stuff and things like that. But sometimes I think, are we all just going to now not function without ChatGPT? Is that what's going to happen?
Well, I think for a lot of people, for me included, it's replaced Google. So I don't really use Google too much anymore to find things out. Like last night when we were coming back from Liverpool, instead of wading through a big list of fucking nonsense, I Googled, when does the last train leave Euston Square eastbound? When is the last time it's been a City Line train leave Euston Square eastbound? And then there's the answer. So I didn't have to look at a table and work out where it was. And everything I've read about ChatGPT or AI or anything like that, there's loads of other ones that your dad was very enthusiastic about telling me and getting me to use.
Gemini is Samphire.
Yeah. They're all named after different herbs and star signs. That it will make dumb people dumber and it will make smart people smarter.
Right.
Because smart people will be able to use it in such a way that it is supplementary to their learning, whereas other people will use it as a sort of prosthetic for their brain.
Right, okay. Right, so just tell me a little bit about how great it was for you yesterday in Liverpool.
Well, we got up, we went into town, looked for a red T-shirt because Virgil van Dijk said to all the Liverpool fans, I think it would be really great if everybody was wearing red. So this is not his voice, it's much cooler and nicer than this, but this is my blanket Dutch
I think we should do a montage
voice.
of all your accents in this episode.
I think it is a good idea for me to be very... 48,000 pounds. I've kind of gone Chef African.
Yeah.
So... he said, wear red because it'll look great in the stadium and, it'll look amazing and everything if everybody's wearing red. Because Liverpool fans, a lot of them are, especially ones who are from Liverpool, don't wear red because going to the match is just what we do. Yeah. It's just what we do. We don't dress up. This is our life. And that's all very well and good, but also it does look amazing when the whole stadium is red, and it did look amazing. So I got a red T-shirt from North Face.
Fancy.
Thank you. I looked in Uniqlo for a cheaper one, but then the North Face had put all their red clothes in the window.
Is the new Uniqlo good?
The new Uniqlo in Liverpool is more than a bit good. But you can tell it's a new store because there's about 98 people on the door who all work for Uniqlo going, hello. Welcome to Uniqlo. And that was when I worked in a shop and I was on meet and greet. It was my bête noire, my beast in black, the very nadir of my day. I hated it. It's fucking speed dating with and nobody wants to say, who's it for? Nobody wants to be greeted and nobody employed in the shops wants to greet. So what the fuck are we all doing?
So get back onto Liverpool.
Yeah. So we met Jack and Adam and Josh by the petrol station. They were having what looked like a pretty horrible sausage and curry. And we then went, so the team coach pulls into Liverpool. So what you do is you gather on the pavement by the side of the road, and you, as the coach comes past, you all cheer and go nutty bars for the coach as it goes past, and you cheer everybody and you sing the songs. And a lot of people light flares and hold these sort of red smoke things in aloft, and it looks incredible. The atmosphere is incredible. And for anybody who uses football as a kind of in place of where they would usually have religion in their life, that song and sense of community and all getting behind one thing together is so intoxicating, as is the beer.
And how did Donnie find it?
Donnie found it amazing. So for the first bit, he went into somebody's front garden and stood up on the wall. Aww. So he was above the flag that said, "These are the days, my friend," that Adam had bought for when we went to Paris a couple of years ago for the Champions League final there. And then he spent the rest of it on my shoulders or stood next to us. And he actually held a flare. I think there's quite a good picture of him with a flare in his hand going. And then me and Adam and Josh went to go into the ground, and me, Jack and Donnie.
So they get to watch the match?
Yeah, in the ground, yeah.
Oh my God, amazing.
Very jealous. But we got to go to Hotel 1892 or something like that. And there was loads of people in there singing. And no. It's a bar.
Oh, right.
And there was a big garden area with screens. And we sat there, and there's a rather nice video that I'll show you afterwards of the moment that the full-time whistle goes, and we all, we celebrate and cheer because we won the league. And Jack's taking this video and circling the venue, and everybody's just going crazy. And as he passes me, I'm lifting Donnie up into my arms, and Donnie looks at the camera and sort of screaming in delight. And everybody, like, afterwards, it was just so happy. There was like a party on the street. It was impossible to move through. And Donnie was on my shoulders walking through this. It was so congested and lively and full of red, and people were stood on the roofs of the various food concessions and hanging off the gate, everybody singing, and like all the call and response stuff was just made so much noise. The energy was completely frenetic, and it was...
So is everyone very, very happy and joyful? And
everybody very happy and joyful.
You weren't ever scared with that many people?
When the coach came past, so many people lit flares that I couldn't really see the coach go past. That was a bit mad, and I was a bit worried about Donnie's asthma.
Yeah.
So somebody lit a flare next to him when he was stood on the wall, and I looked to see, like, how are you reacting to that? You all right? What's the situation? But he was fine with it. So and because there was a garden right there, if smoke had gotten too much for him, he could have just wandered into that garden away from the smoke.
And he was allowed to go in the garden?
I don't know.
Okay.
But there was so many people in the garden. And look, I've got burns on my hand from where bits of the flare fell onto me.
Oh my God.
And so I think Donnie has one there as well, where a little bit of flare got him.
I didn't realise a flare was a fire.
Yeah.
I thought it was just smoke.
It's pyrotechnics.
Well, that won't be happening again then.
There was a 3-year-old on his dad's shoulders, stood next to us, and the dad pushes this like flare into his hand. Is like waving the flare around. I mean, I'm 50-50 about letting Donnie have a flare, but Donnie was hell bent on having a flare.
I'm so glad.
Guys next to us gave him one. And then we wandered off down the road, and we made our train in relatively good time.
Sure.
We made our train in relatively good time.
There wasn't a massive argument about, how late you were or anything like that.
Well,
everything's completely fine.
Look, it's something we'll remember till the day we...
but I'm glad that you have that.
The day we die.
Right. Okay.
You done?
I've got to do my outfits now.
You want to do some...
You're going to be my DOP.
How's your OnlyFans going?
I don't really know how I feel anymore about it.
Yeah.
It's been 7 weeks now today. 7 weeks today.
So...
I've earned good money.
Plus points. You've earned some good money.
Good money.
You've made some new friends. You've chatted to so many amazing people.
I have. I genuinely have.
I know you have.
It's some really, really nice chats.
Your new fancy men.
Didn't realise that the chatting and the messaging was such a vital part.
Neither did I.
And that if I had known, I'm not sure if I would have done it.
Yeah. Just because it's time consuming.
Yeah. And you do feel slightly like, I do feel a bit like I'm not cheating on you, but it does feel weird. Why is that okay? But me messaging somebody I fucked like a couple of years ago is not okay.
It's just about the boundaries that we set up for each other. I've shouting and singing so much yesterday that my voice has attained a really pleasing depth.
And the alcohol.
Earphone. No, I didn't drink yesterday.
Shush.
I didn't drink yesterday. Never drinking again.
Let's hope.
Well, for a year.
So I don't know if I'm enjoying it fully. There's moments. What is clear to see is that I have increased in confidence with my body.
Yeah, I think that's amazing because when we're like, I think it's amazing and you look amazing. And And the thing is, when you were starting it, like a few of your, some more unrefined people have said, how could you let her do this? Or how could he let her do this? Which is, sort of backwards sort of sexism. But it was something at the beginning that you felt enthusiastic about and that you wanted to do because you'd never felt confident to express your sexuality publicly.
No, it's not that I didn't ever feel confident. It's that I was pigeonholed. Very early on, I was pigeonholed as like the quirky girl who wears glasses and does these quirky roles and occasional TV things or film or whatever. And then I do my Edinburgh shows, which are like, like you say, disguising. They're not sexy shows. I'm holding a pillow over my face with your face on, and I'm, talking about how my boyfriend isn't texting me back. Yeah. They're not sexy things.
No.
And so it is quite nice to be doing something where it's like, oh, this is just an image where I'm trying to look hot. And that's quite appealing to me at this stage of my life where I've spent the last 10 years having babies and breastfeeding. And now it's nice to be like, oh, actually, I like my body right now. Why not like flaunt it a little bit for some cash? Like, why not? Is it that bad? After spending so long writing things for no money. Yeah. It's so nice to be earning money for something really simple. And I think that I am being creative with my hair stuff.
You are.
I could be, and I need to get more creative with it because I've gone as far as I can go with plaiting my hair.
And I think the question I think everybody will be wondering is, when are we going to see those titties?
Do you take anal?
Do you take anal?
It's like
it's Visa.
Yeah.
Do you take anal?
Yeah. Would you be willing to go hair with nipples coming through? Can I see that from the back point of view, from the other side?
Yeah.
It is very funny.
It's very funny. And and in a world that seems so reluctant to part company with any money, to actually have some coming in.
But to a degree, it will go. It will go. It's already going.
That's the spirit.
No, but it already is because I'm not doing the, explicit stuff. They very quickly left when they realized I was not going to be showing them titties.
Sad.
Yeah, I feel bad because my content has got a bit hotter since they left.
Yeah, you should have.
I'm like, you're silly. You should have stayed with me.
Look at you now.
Look at me now.
Dressed in your wicked cosplay.
So I am stepping it up a gear with cosplay. And I'm also now getting more confident to promote it overtly. Because when I first started, the numbers were so high because of all the press stuff that accidentally happened. So I didn't need to promote.
Accidentally, sure.
Well, I didn't think it would go in Variety, did I? Or TMZ?
No. But you thought that it might get a little bump from
a Daily Mail.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the least of it, really.
That was the least of it.
So because the numbers were so stratospheric so quickly, I didn't need to promote it. And now that the numbers are down because I'm not doing those titties, now I am promoting it again in hopefully a funny way. And it is interesting to see if that will make a difference. Because I think a lot of people think I'm just joking.
I do think it's very, very funny and fun, as long as it's not making you feel poorly about yourself.
Well, it is making me feel a bit silly sometimes.
Why is that?
Well, like I went into this fancy dress shop and the lady was like, oh, what's this for?
Yeah.
And because I think she thought I was like working for a TV or film thing and I was hiring it. I was a costume person or whatever. And I had to just think, well, what do I say? Do I say I'm doing this to dress up for my OnlyFans, or do I say I'm hiring it for something like legit? And then I realized, what is legit? And I thought that if I said the OnlyFans thing, that I would get judged. In the end, I didn't say OnlyFans, but I said I'm doing some content. And she said, "Oh, say no more."
Where is this fancy dress shop?
I'm not telling you guys. I'm not going to give it away. It's top secret stuff.
Okay.
And I will be interested to see if the cosplay thing is a new lease of life for me. Because right now I thought that I would last 6 months on it. Don't think I'll get to 6 months.
I think you will.
I don't know. It's such a full-time job.
Yeah.
And I can't do it around the kids. So I can only do it after they've gone to bed. And after they've gone to bed, I'm so knackered. So like I actually
you just need to get some help with it.
Well, I'm hopefully going to get some help with it this week.
Like when I offered you help when you first started, and I was helping you when you first started.
Yeah, but you were too chatty. You got to get in, get out.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good lesson for you in general.
Yeah, I know.
You've got to do everything quicker.
So for my own OnlyFans, what do I do on my OnlyFans?
No, so what I've been recommended is that you do videos with me, like brushing my hair. Like brushing my hair and plaiting my hair, playing with my hair, but just your hand. And then your voice, because you got a lovely deep voice. Yeah. And then you occasionally are like in shot, like you could slap my ass or something.
No, okay, fine. You don't want my hand anyway.
I do. I want your hand.
No.
Anyway.
No, you need somebody with better hands. You need to get Jack down. Get his big mitts down here.
Anyway, so basically, and then you would have your own OnlyFans.
That was a very excited giggle.
What? Slap my ass?
No, but Jack's hands. Come on.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, you don't need to have an OnlyFans, but you might need to get more involved with mine.
Yeah. I could have
We need to finish this now because I need to get into my pirate costume. It's actually not, I thought it was a pirate costume. Silly me. It's a fortune teller.
Yeah. But there's a similar aesthetic there. There's like an old Hearties vibe, isn't there?
I'm going for like sexy peasant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going
for. Ye olde sexy peasant.
Ye olde sexy peasant pirate.
Okay, I need to eat some food.
Right. Thank you very much for listening, everybody.
Thank you so much for listening.
Please subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Like and subscribe to everything.
My OnlyFans.
And some very exciting projects in the offing. So keep an eye out and follow us on social media at Alfie Brown Comedian.
And if you have any friends, tell them, because that would be nice.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants to get involved with plaiting my hair, is good at doing kind of intricate plait work, contact me. Thank you.
Jessie put a plait inside a plait earlier. It was stunning.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for listening. Take care. See you later. Goodbye. Lots of love. Take care.